Step into a better you. That's right. Step into a better you with finding balance in a busy world. In this episode, Practical Strategies for Self-Care, I'm here to guide you through actionable self-care strategies. Transform your daily routine into a sanctuary of balance and peace. Welcome back to the Get Positively Inspired podcast. I'm Sai Gonzalez, your mindfulness coach, here to guide you further on our topic, finding balance in a busy world, prioritizing self-care. Today, we're stepping into part 2, titled Practical Strategies for Self-Care. This episode is all about putting our knowledge into action. Before we dive in, let's make sure we're all on the same page. If you haven't listened to part 1 of this week's topic, I recommend pausing here and revisiting that episode. It lays the foundation for what we're about to explore, ensuring you get the most out of our conversation today. In part 1, we talked about the essence of self-care and why it's crucial in our fast-paced world. Now, in part 2, it's time to roll up the sleeves and integrate these self-care practices into a daily life. We're moving from understanding to action, equipping you with concrete strategies and tools to create a balanced and fulfilling life. Think of this journey as learning to cook a new dish. In the first part, we gather our ingredients: knowledge, awareness, and understanding. Now, we're ready to cook, to put these elements together into a routine that nourishes us, body and soul. So, take a deep breath, get comfortable, and let's start transforming our self-care knowledge into practical, everyday actions. Together, we'll explore how to weave self-care into the fabric of our busy lives, turning what we've learned into vibrant tapestry of wellness and balance. Let's begin this transformative journey. Welcome back into our journey in finding balance in a busy world, prioritizing self-care. In this part of our exploration, we delve into 2 crucial aspects of self-care: physical and emotional well-being. Physical self-care is like the foundation of a house. Just as a strong foundation keeps a house stable, taking care of our bodies keeps us grounded and healthy. This includes exercising, eating nutritious foods, and getting enough sleep. Think of your body as a garden. It needs the right nutrients, water, and sunlight, or in our case, rest to flourish. But how do we fit this into a busy schedule? Here's the secret. It's about quality, not quantity. You don't need hours at the gym. A brisk 20-minute walk can do wonders. It's like planting a small seed that grows over time. And for food, think of colors. The more colorful your plate, the better. Sleep? Well, it's like recharging your body's battery. A consistent bedtime routine, even if it's just 7 hours, can make a big difference. Emotional self-care is about being in tune with our feelings. Like a musician understands their instrument. It's recognizing what we feel and why, which isn't always easy. But just as a musician practices, we too can learn through techniques like journaling or practicing emotional literacy. Journaling is like having a conversation with yourself on paper. It helps you understand your thoughts and feelings, like a detective solving a mystery. Emotional literacy, on the other hand, is learning the language of your emotions. It's like learning to read a map of your inner world. Both these practices help us manage our emotions rather than letting them manage us. It's like being the captain of your ship in the sea of emotions. You learn to navigate even through stormy weather. As we continue on this path of self-care, remember, we're not just aiming for physical health, but emotional wellness too. It's a journey of taking care of both our body and soul. So, let's keep moving forward, nurturing ourselves with every step we take. Stay with me as we uncover more ways to bring balance and self-care into our lives. Continuing our exploration in finding balance in a busy world, prioritizing self-care, let's dive deep into the realms of social self-care and finding a healthy work-life balance. Social self-care is about the relationships we have and the community around us. It's like having a garden of different plants. Each relationship needs different care to grow. Think of your friends, family, and colleagues as unique flowers in this garden. Some need more sunlight, others more water. It's about knowing what each relationship needs to thrive. Setting boundaries is also a part of social self-care. It's like putting a fence around your garden to protect it. This doesn't mean keeping people out, but rather taking care of the garden so that what grows inside is healthy and strong. It's about saying no when you need to, so you can say yes to what's really important. Nurturing positive connections is like choosing the right seeds for your garden. You want to grow things that bring joy and positivity. Work-life balance is another key aspect of self-care. Imagine a scale with work on one side and your personal life on the other. The goal is to keep the scale balanced. It's not always easy, but there are strategies to help. One way to set clear boundaries between work and home, it's like having a gate that you close at the end of the workday, leaving work concerns on the other side. Another strategy is managing stress effectively. This can be like having tools in your shed to take care of the garden. These tools might be relaxation techniques, hobbies, or spending time with loved ones. They help you recharge and avoid burnout, which is like overwatering your garden until the plants get overwhelmed. Remember, achieving a healthy work-life balance isn't about making huge changes overnight. It's about small, consistent steps towards creating a life where you can work well and live well. It's finding that harmony where both your professional and personal life can flourish, like a garden that's well tended and full of life. As we continue our journey in prioritizing self-care, let's hold these insights close. Whether it's nurturing our social connections or balancing our work and personal life, each step we take is a step towards a more balanced, fulfilling existence. Stay with me as we uncover more ways to weave self-care seamlessly into the fabric of our lives. As we continue our enlightening journey in finding balance in a busy world, prioritizing self-care, let's explore the realm of spiritual self-care and discover some insightful book recommendations. Spiritual self-care is like taking care of the soul, much like how we tend to a garden. It's about finding practices that resonate with our personal beliefs and brings us inner peace. Imagine a garden where different types of flowers represent different spiritual practices. Some might find peace in meditation, like sitting quietly by a serene pond, while others might find it in connecting with nature, like walking through a lush garden in green forest. Spiritual self-care isn't bound by any one belief or practice. It's about what feels right for you. Incorporating mindfulness and meditation can be like planting seeds in this garden. Seeds that grow into a calm and centered state of mind. Or, for some, being in nature, feeling the breeze, and hearing the birds can be like watering these plants, nurturing a deep sense of connection and tranquility. Now let's look at some books that can be like tools to help cultivate your self-care garden. The Self-Care Project by Jane Hardy is like a gardening guide, offering practical exercises and approaches to self-care. It's perfect for those who are just beginning their journey and are looking for a simple, accessible way to start. For busy moms, Breathe Mama Breathe by Shonda Morales is like a quick reference guide for mindful techniques. It's like having a collection of easy-to-use tools right at your fingertips, specifically tailored for moms on the go who will and want to find moments of peace and mindfulness in their hectic days. These books are more than just pages with words. They are companions on your journey to self-care. They offer guidance, wisdom, and practical tips that you can weave into your daily life. You will find links to these wonderful books in the show notes. They are like friends who support you as you tend to your inner garden, helping it to flourish and bloom. As we journey through the realms of self-care, let's cherish these insights and tools. Whether it's through spiritual practices that resonate with our soul or through the wisdom shared in these books, each step we take is a step towards a more balanced, serene, and fulfilling life. Keep these treasures close as we continue to explore and deepen our understanding of self-care. As we conclude Part 2 of our Finding Balance in a Busy World, Prioritizing Self-Care series, let's take a moment to reflect on the journey we've embarked on together. From understanding the essence of self-care in Part 1 to exploring the practical strategies in Part 2, our exploration has been rich and enlightening. In Part 1, we dove into the heart of self-care, unraveling its true meaning beyond superficial indulgences. We discovered its vital role in our mental and physical health and learned how to overcome common barriers like time constraints and guilt. We also explored the powerful synergy between self-care and mindfulness, setting the stage for a more centered and balanced life. Part 2 was all about putting knowledge into action. We talked about integrating physical self-care into our busy schedules through exercise, nutrition, and adequate sleep. We touched on emotional self-care, emphasizing the importance of recognizing and managing our emotions through different techniques like journaling or emotional literacy. Social self-care highlighted the significance of nurturing positive connections and setting healthy boundaries, while our discussion on work-life balance offers strategies to maintain harmony and avoid burnout. And finally, we venture into the realm of spiritual self-care, discovering practices that resonate with our individual beliefs and integrating mindfulness into our daily routines. As we wrapped up, remember, self-care is not a destination, but a continuous journey. It's about making small, sustainable changes that lead to a more fulfilling life. Our well-being is the foundation upon which everything else is built, and nurturing it is not just beneficial for us, but also for those around us. I know your time is valuable, and I know there are many choices out there, so I thank you from the bottom of my heart for deciding to spend your time with me. I will continue sharing wonderful mindfulness techniques with you so we can all live more fulfilled and mindful lives together. Now, as we look forward to our next gathering, we'll be exploring the topic overcoming procrastination, mindfulness strategies for getting things done. This new chapter will open doors to understanding how mindfulness can help us tackle procrastination, a common challenge in our busy lives, enabling us more productive and focused environments. So, stay inspired, dear listeners. Embrace the learnings from our self-care journey and carry them forward into your daily life. And if you're interested in even deeper knowledge, you'll find links to the books I talked about in the show notes. Remember, every step you take in caring for yourself is a step towards a healthier, happier, and more balanced existence. I look forward to joining you again next week as we continue to explore new paths to well-being and mindfulness. Until then, take care and be kind to yourself. See you on Monday. Live on purpose.